You guys hear me? Hello? Hello? Okay. So basically, for the 85 race, there's two general strategies. The first is to advance to the highest tier possible. And the advantages are you get the highest potential XP per hour if you can sustain, and you avoid the EXP penalty. The cons are you need to build a deep map pool with good Atlas bonus, and if you have bad map RNG, then this strategy just fails. And the second strategy is to select good layout maps, and the map that I chose was City Square. So it's more stable EXP per hour, and it's safer content, easier to sustain, it's less dependent on map RNG, and since you don't have to build a deep map pool, since you're stopping at tier 5, you can farm blood aqueducts when you're undergeared. You don't have to rush maps to build the deep map pool. The cons are if you get very unlucky, it can take too long to set up, and then at which point you have to abandon this and you just have to YOLO. Okay, so that's why I chose this strategy instead of this. So I chose a City Square strat, and with that decided, so level 84 is the most important level because that's when the EXP penalty, it's the highest. So these are the in-game EXP per hours for my build. So in a tier 4 beach you get 270 mil per hour at level 84. City Square is 400 to 500, and this depends on the syndicates, depending on which spawn and how many spawns. And then fields, which is adjacent, so this will always drop. It's a little bit less. And then shaped beach, tier 9 at level 84, tier 9 gets 0 XP penalty, and you get up to 600 mil per hour. So as you can see, City Square, even though you get a lot of EXP penalty, it's not that much worse than tier 9 beach. And yeah, so once I found this out, I was pretty much decided on the City Square strat. So how do you get to this point? So first you choose a quadrant and you focus on progressing the Zana quest line. So what I did in this race was I ran channel map first, completed it, and then the shaped influence spawned on thicket. So at which point I ran all the other tier 1s, and then I ran all the thickets I had, and then I got a desert map. If you don't get a desert map, then you run any other tier 2 that you have, but don't complete them. So, and you have to, it's like brute forcing the Zana quest line. So once you get desert, you just repeat the process, and then it spawn on desert and then move to spider lair. But once you get spider lair, Zana will,
Glad you made it back.
the quest reward is another tier 4 map, and you need to take the beach map, and you want to complete that. So The reason is obviously because beach is adjacent to city square, and so from that point on, once you have the tier 4, what I did was I completed all the tier 2 maps with good layouts. Ignore the dungeon. So Arid Lake, Armory, Thicket, and Cage, Peninsula, Grotto. So like the good layout, tier 2, tier 3 maps. But tier 4, you don't want to unlock any more, just these two. And you want to run all the beaches you have in hopes of getting a city square. And I think it's worth it to even chisel them. And Alk, of course. But sometimes you'll never get city square. The other option, this is a suboptimal option, is to finish the tier 5 shaped influence map, so the Zana questline, and then as a quest reward you take city square. And from that point on, you're just done. So you just do beaches, city squares, fields, dunes, and you just keep running these, and all the way up to 85, because at this EXP penalty, it's just good XP. And sometimes you might even run out, but what you can do is, since you completed the tier 5 Zana questline, it unlocks the shaped tier 1 through tier 5. So what I did was I put in beaches, I shaped them, and then you get city squares and fields back. The dungeon was a mistake. Yeah, so that's basically the strat. Usually you have about 10 to 15 chaos by level 84 or 83. So it doesn't have to be shaped beach, but yeah, it's to get the best EXP per hour, and also you get more city squares and fields. So yeah, that's the strat. Oh, also, sometimes you'll get 3 white sextants, and what you want to do is you want to seal the maze, because this is a bad layout. Unfortunately, I didn't get that, so yeah.